Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Board YouTube channel for your Wednesday pick and roll live stream here for the massive slate on March 19th. Much bigger than yesterday's slate, where we did have a winning play. It was 4 games, and it wasn't the greatest of slates, even with just the 4 games. But we did have one play. We did have a winning play. It was on Trae Young, 25 plus points, and the Hawks money line. Hawks blew them out. That was easy. It wasn't easy as maybe getting the minutes at the end of the game during the blowout, but we did for Trae Young. We did get a winning play, and we'll be live here covering the full NBA slate today and hearing the free picks from my co-host PipsNBA along the way. So if you're ready to go, you're tailing the picks in the show, you enjoy what you see along the way, then please make sure you are subscribed to the Board YouTube channel. We're live 5 times a week for shows like this, weekday mornings at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for also make sure you drop a like if you enjoy this one along the way and subscribe to the channel. We're presented here by FanDuel. We're using their odds screen to take us through the slate. And let's jump into things. We're going to start off with the Miami Heat game against the Detroit Pistons. Miami been losing a lot lately. They're 5.5-point underdogs at home. But Pips, bringing you in here, you've got something here for Miami that you like.
Yeah, they're going to bet Wiggins over 17.5 points, while available minus 125. Then look at his numbers with Miami when Tyler Hero and Adebayo are playing. He's over in 7 out of the 10. Last game was a blowout, so when you exclude that, it's over in 7 out of 9. 7 out of 9, averaging 20 points. But I would say like this matchup against OKC was absolutely horrible and not comparable to any in the league. So if we exclude the game against the best defense in the league, he is over this line in 7 out of 8 games, averaging 21.1 points. And the matchup against the Pistons is kind of on the average side, I would say, but we can see that he over against Boston, against the Clippers, against the Bucks. So he did well against good defensive teams. Went over in every game. Stayed under against the Hawks with 15 points, 3 from 9 from the field. So usage was great. Minutes are great, and if he is ready to go, we have a good line here. I don't know why. I think it dropped because the Pistons are the best defense over the last 15 games, but they had some easy schedule and some shooting luck. So I think like Pistons are above average defense, but not like one of the best in the league.
All right, so there's our first play of the day. Andrew Wiggins over 17.5 points at minus 125. Lots of spots to get this one at minus 125, but always shop around and see maybe something better in your region. Let's go to the FanDuel screen now to take you through the slate. We'll go back in order now. Top of the board, it is the Houston Rockets, who are 2.5-point favorites away at the Orlando Magic. Houston still fighting for that 2 seed in the Western Conference. They've won 7 games in a row to help them do that. Took OT and a big comeback to keep this going against the very, very bad 76ers, but they did manage to get the win. You think they're going to grab another win here today, Pips?
Yeah, they won pretty easily last time they played Orlando. Like they won by 13 at the end. They were up 10 for almost the entire second half. So yeah, we think we are good. Fred VanVleet is back. Always helps. Yeah, we should be in a good spot here.
I feel like
I think
is the spread like, is it kind of low here, or do you agree
yeah,
with it?
I think this should be minus 4.5.
Okay.
4.5 will be like something I will be like I can't lean anywhere when the line is 4.5. In this scenario, I definitely lean on the underside.
Okay. Any bets for this game?
No bets for this
No
game.
bets.
This will be for a lot of games today. Unfortunately, yeah, just this part of the season, and
We
yeah,
usually scale down like the final quarter of the season. It just
yeah,
makes sense.
tough.
Anyways, next up, we've got the Dallas Mavericks away at the Pacers. We know all about the problems that Dallas are going through. Now only 1 game up on the Suns for the final play-in tournament position. Anthony Davis apparently coming back soon for them. I don't think they should even bother bringing him back, but apparently AD himself is asking to go back into things. For the Pacers, lots of players have ended up on the injury report each day. oftentimes game time decision for some of these guys, but they're still favored by 10.5 points here. Does the pace or injury report make this one a bit complicated?
Nah, I think it's mostly expecting a blowout. I do like PJ Washington points and rebounds in this one, but him blowout chance makes it ugly to bet an over in this one. He absolutely smashed the line against the 76ers last game. He's in a great matchup here as well. So yeah, when he's not playing like top teams in defensive rating, he's crushing this line. We can see it on the graphic. Yeah, but as I said, blowout is major concern. Think this Dallas team is not that competitive, especially if the Pacers turn out to be healthy. So can do this. Moving on.
All right, moving on. Sorry, we'll go next up here on the slate. We've got the New Orleans Pelicans away at the Timberwolves. Another possible blowout here. We had the Pelicans. We had players against the Pelicans on Monday. Unfortunately, the Pelicans got blown out and ruined those bets. But on this one here today, Timberwolves favored by 13. Is there anything you're looking at in this one?
Oh, another tough one. Let me just check the lines. Don't think there are many lines for this one for like some scrub players wildly available. I'm interested in Jose Alvarado points, rebounds, and assists, but that's just nowhere. Yeah, rough. I was actually, I know this is kind of crazy after he shot 1 from 15 last game, CJ McCollum, and 1 from 5. Imagine getting 15 field goal attempts and 5 free throws and end up with 3 points. That's all time horrible shooting performance. Maybe the one of the worst of all time.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, 1 from 15 plus Vucevic was close, but even he was better when we bet him last time.
Yeah.
Vucevic,
I think, got to 10 points in the end. So
yeah. 3 from 15. This is 1 from 15, but the worst thing is 1 from 5. 1 from 5 from free throw line as well. So like, what was the thing? Like, is he all right?
Something had to be wrong, man. That's just insanely bad.
Yeah, and he had 3 from 10, then 10 from 22, which is great, and then 1 from 15. Like, not consistent. So his lines actually dropped with Trey Murphy being out. I don't know what the fuck was that.
That's bad.
Yeah. Looking at Hawkins, he could be now playing big minutes, and when he gets 24 or more minutes, look at this. He's crushing this line, but he now gets the Wolves matchup, so I have no idea what to even think about. Grimes killed them, Joe scored well, Hill scored well, KCP, Beasley, all covered against the Wolves. So maybe this is a good bet here, like Jordan Hawkins. Let me just see how many minutes could he play. Yeah, this team is now very short-handed. They just read off the. So they have CJ McCollum, Bruce Brown, Zion, Kelly Olynyk, Missy, Alvarado, Hawkins, and Matkovic. So they have all like 8, like in Bo Bamba as a backup 5. So they have like 8.5 players in the rotation. So Hawkins should be getting 25 or more minutes, right? Like this.
I think so.
When he's getting 24 to 32, he's already signing 15 out of 19, averaging 14 points a game. Let me just check when he gets tough matchups, like when he's playing against top 10 defense. Covered against the Orlando, covered against the Houston, covered against the Pacers. 2 from 7, 0 from 6. Damn, like this is. Let me just check. 1 from 215 since February. He was covering this. Like even this game against the Pistons, he scored 6 points on 2 from 11. I mean, 11 field goal attempts should be enough. I'm just going to check how his shooting splits are post All-Star break. I do a lot of these quick checks. Post All-Star break, he's shooting 38% from the floor and 33% from three, which is better than his pre-All-Star break.
Hmm.
This is
Well,
incredible.
like I'd be interested. Like, how many attempts has he taken from two? It feels like bulk of the attempts are from three.
That's true. I would say 60% are from threes.
So yeah, he's shooting 38%, but like he's also like true shooting is probably better.
Yeah, true
Still
shooting is
not very good, but better.
50%. Yeah,
Okay,
which is
yeah, so still not
yeah
good.
he's not getting to the line. In March 9 games, he's shooting 36, 35, averaging 9.4 points in 24 minutes. He should be getting more minutes. Like yeah, looking the I did check this for some. Uh, he scores most of his points in transition. They are average. They don't allow spot up, but they do allow to pick and roll ball handlers. He scores some on mid range where Wolves actually allow a ton of points. Yeah, I could see this like being a decent bet. So we are going with. Also, I do think he should be getting blowout minutes, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think they're probably the best, the number one scoring option in the blowouts. I just checked the last game where they got blown out. They got blown out by Detroit, but 40. Yeah, he played entire fourth almost. He came in when they're down 40 and played last 8 minutes of the game.
Okay.
Blowout proof helps this. If in a blowout they're playing Jordan Hawkins, Matkovic, JRE, Antonio Reeves, and Mo Bamba. He is by far first scoring option in that scenario. So yeah, let's bet him over 10.5 points.
Okay. Took a sec, but got there. Jordan Hawkins over 10.5 points. Just checking in on the prices. Minus 120 available for this one. Minus 125 also. Minus 125 very widely available. Minus 120 available at a widely available option for you guys to tail. So like Pip said, we had issues with the Pelicans last game with the blowout, but if blowout may even help this bet because Jordan Hawkins will be getting those minutes and he will be the primary option, or at least one of the primary options in those spots as well. So I'll add this to the chat just to confirm for everybody, and we can keep moving forward as well. All right. Let's quickly shout out the presenting sponsor on the board YouTube channel, the FanDuel Sportsbook. Before we go any further, you see us doing their odds here to go through all of the games, and they've made the show possible this season. We like to do some pregame betting and some early day betting with FanDuel, but also when the game tips off, the NBA action is just beginning with America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, because it is your home for NBA live betting. So even if you missed the first few minutes of the game or want to bet on a fourth quarter comeback, you can make your picks from the first whistle until the final buzzer. And you can even combine these live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Whoever you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because new FanDuel customers get started with $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. And you can sign up by going to FanDuel.com/board to help support the show and support yourself for your shot at $200 in bonus bets. Or if you're watching on YouTube or listening in podcast form, you can go to the link that is in the description or just type in FanDuel.com/board. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in select states or candidates in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Now we can keep moving down the slate here. Up next for ourselves, going through the New York Knicks against the San Antonio Spurs. The Knicks navigating time without Jalen Brunson, but 8.5-point favorites against the tanking now San Antonio Spurs. Any thoughts for this game?
Yeah, I don't know. Could be a blowout. I don't know how Spurs played lately. They lost blown out by the Lakers, won against the Pelicans. Yeah, they didn't play any good teams recently. They played Lakers and the Kings and the Wolves, and they blown out in all three of these. And then they play Pelicans, Hornets, and Dallas twice, which is horrible teams. So they stick around. So I could see this being a blowout, honestly. In that case, overs are out of question and unders are also out of questions because like soft matchups for both teams, kinda.
Anything betting wise looking at or nothing here?
Yeah, we can't do anything else.
All right. Next, we're going to go to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who host the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers, we know, one of the big time tanking teams in the NBA right now. Sometimes they pull out some games because Quentin Grimes has just been unbelievable lately. However, against the Thunder, not sure they're capable of that. What you think?
Agreed, but Thunder are without Shea and J-Dub here.
Yeah,
And, and
even still.
yeah, Dort is out and Hartenstein is probably out. Still, the spread makes sense.
Yeah.
Completely makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. But uh, yeah, I kind of don't know. Like looking at some guys for the this guy is an interesting spot. So I'm probably going to not bet this guy, but it's definitely an interesting bet because high came in that crazy game against the Thunder where everyone was out and everyone is kind of out as well tonight. I remember watching that game. We had Isaiah Joe under points, rebounds, and assists. He hooked us positively, like we won on the hook. But this guy kept the game close, so Isaiah Joe got a fourth quarter minutes. I was going nuts over this guy, and he just kept making buckets. Yeah, yeah, I really remember this game, and he ended up with 25 points. Can he do it again? I don't know. Who scores for this team? Like this is absolutely hilarious squad for
Quentin Grimes scores everything. Scores like half their points.
yeah. It's Jared Butler. He sucks. Quentin Grimes, of course. Justin Edwards, Ricky Council. Like what does this guy do? Like, he's huge on defense and can
Yeah,
shoot,
he cannot shoot, man.
can dribble, can shoot. I don't know. Or Shai Brissett at 5. That's hilarious. Like,
O'Shea Brissett at the 5 is pretty funny. I just saw that as well.
yeah. Jalen
And
Hoods,
by the way, O'Shea Brissett didn't play for an NBA team last week, and now he's starting games for the Sixers.
yeah. And then you have Jalen Hood-Schifino. I don't know how to pronounce the.
Yeah, that you got it right.
Yeah. The famous Lakers pick who everyone said is horrible and they did it and then now they traded him for nothing. And Yabusele will be out probably. And then it's Chuma Okeke, Jeff Downton, Alex Reese,
That one's Chuma Okiki.
Okiki.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I heard announcers saying Okeke.
Really?
Okiki. Yeah.
I remember watching him. He was who he played for Virginia in college. It was Okiki. I remember. Anyways, maybe wrong.
I don't know. No idea. I just think he's actually a decent player. Like he has good size, hustles, and play great defense. But he can shoot, so he's like Ricky Council number 2. So I don't know, man. This lineups are just horrible.
Sorry, just correct myself. He played for Auburn, not Virginia. Okay. Auburn played Virginia in that natty, I think is what I mixed up. Anyways, go ahead.
I remember some games from when he was playing at Orlando, and I was kind of like, this guy is kind of decent, great on defense, but yeah, you can't stay in the league if you can't dribble, you can't shoot. Like that's not like possible anymore. Overall in the game, I don't see anything. The lines for the Thunder players are all inflated. Chet is at 21. Aaron Wiggins 18 and a half. Kayson Wallace is 13 and a half. Isaiah Joe 12. If it was 11, I will probably think about it. But at 12, I don't know. So yeah, again another game where we just can't do much.
Yep, makes sense. Steelers Nation asked if there's any chance the Thunder throw this game. I don't think they could have. They tried because the other team is also trying to throw the game and will try harder to throw the game.
Yeah, I also had this like conversation, and I just don't see it how, honestly.
Here's the starting five. I mean, granted, they were up by 25 and took the Rockets to OT with this lineup. You can answer how that happened in a sec. But the starting five for the Sixers last game was Jared Butler, Quentin Grimes, O'Shea Brissett, Justin Edwards, and Ricky Council. If you told me 4 out of 5 of those guys were playing in the G League this week, I'd believe you. And the other one is Quentin Grimes, who had 46. But it's not a good lineup. Like, the Thunder are beating everybody. Like, I fully suspect they'd beat this team as well. How did the Rockets put themselves in that hole, by the way?
I didn't watch the game. I was like, there is no way this is competitive. I won't watch it.
Fair
and
enough.
I watched the first quarter, and it was like miscommunication on defense and just underestimating this team. And they made every fucking three, man. Like they were like 50% from three, and we could have made a bucket. And then in the second half, we started making everything, and they didn't stop missing. Like
They shot 49%. You're right.
Yeah, they just kept making these. Like it was not like easy shots. Like they were making like over two hands. Just the game. Like someone asked, like how the Cavs lost the game. I think the Cavs lost the game, and like they lost to like did they lose two in a row or something like they lost to
Cavs?
they lost to the
They
Orlando
lost to
Magic.
the
Yeah.
Clippers and Magic.
Okay, I watched the game against the Magic. So Magic, the worst shooting team, probably one of the all-time worst shooting teams, shot 42% from three, and one of the best teams ever shot 25% from the three. So that's it. Like some games, like with such a huge volume from threes, if you can't make a three and other teams can't miss from a three, you can be better miles. You can lose the game, and that's it.
You will see some games in March Madness that go that way specifically. A team gets hot from three, and the other team can't hit, and they can't keep up with the pace of the scoring. It happens.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This is a big game. One of the biggest games of the season. It's the Jazz against the Wizards. The Jazz have caught the Wizards. We didn't think it was possible for anyone to catch this team, but the Jazz are 15-54. The Wizards are deciding. They're deciding now's the time to start winning a game or two. They're 15-52, and the Jazz are favored by 4.5. I think it might be worth watching just to see what both teams do to try and lose this game because it's a big one. However, I feel like the Wizards may have some more. I don't know if they'll be allowed to win, but like the Wizards have been trying to win some games lately. I wonder if the spread is a bit off. What do you think?
Hmm.
Trying to use. I mean,
the lineup for the at the moment at this time the lineup for Utah Jazz is actually good.
Right, you're right. We were wrong about the Kessler one the other day. So
yeah. They have Lowry Markkanen and Colin Sexton, Keyonte George, and Jordan Clarkson as of the injury report.
Fair enough.
And the Wizards have Bilal Coulibaly, Marcus Smart, Jordan Poole, Chris Middleton, and Malcolm Brogdon and Corey Kispert as out.
Yeah, it's a big injury report.
Yeah, and they have like Bob Carrington, AJ Johnson, Colby Jones, Keisham George, and Alex Sarr as a starting lineup.
Yeah, fair. The only Kessler is out for this one. That's the only one I see. KJ Martin as well, of the guys that have been playing lately.
John Collins is out.
He's been out though.
Yeah, yeah. So he's probably not returning this
I mean, like
season.
of the guys that you see sometimes lately, it's Kessler and KJ Martin that are out.
And Lauri Markkanen is somehow playing like just first 2.5 quarters. Uh, yeah, this will be like a very interesting game in the fourth.
I, I wonder how
I
far
have,
they go. At what point
I,
does an NBA team score on their own basket in one of these games?
uh, for like I'm looking this into like heavily into like Kyle Filipowski. I know there are a ton of questions from the chat, but I have some theories about this one, and I'll show you. First off, like I will show it. It looks amazing. John Collins out, Walker Kessler out, and you look last couple of games, he is just doing stuff. Game against the Raptors, Collins out, Kessler out, but Kejonte George was also out. He didn't get much volume. Like his usage was only at 19 points, 19%. Games against 76ers. Collins, Kessler out, but also Lauri Markkanen and Sexton out. So he was kind of lead guy. Against the Wizards, same thing. Collins out, Kessler out, but also Sexton and Clarkson and yeah, Sexton and Clarkson were out. Portland, Collins out, Kessler out, Markkanen out, Sexton out. So this looks great. Like when you look at it without Kessler and Collins, but most of these games were also Lauri Markkanen and Sexton out. They are now playing Lauri Markkanen, Sexton, and Kejonte and uh, Clarkson. So everyone is playing besides Kessler and Collins. So he's playing at the five and he's getting good minutes. But let's see how he performs when he gets the minutes but doesn't get insane usage. So this season, when he gets 24 plus minutes but doesn't get usage, let's say he gets usage up to 22%. So like between, I don't know, 16 and 18 and 22%. He's covering this actually in but much lower average. He averaged 15 points in the case without Kessler and Collins. He was at 19.7, so it looks still good. Looks still good, but doesn't look like unbelievable spot that you need to that you must take. But then you take into account that he is playing against the Wizards. So if he's getting big minutes and closing the games in the fourth against Alex Sarr, I will definitely think like in these games he was shooting like 8 from 12, 4 from 3. So kind of 70% against the Raptors, 7 from 10 from the field. Let me just check on the season. Kyle Filipowski, maybe he's shooting well, so maybe this is something normal for him. Kyle Filipowski shooting 52% from the field and 38% from three on the season, which is for a rookie like that's actually impressive, I would say.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me just see the volume on threes. He's shooting 4.5 threes per 36. That's not something crazy. So I'm trying to decide this like, do we bet this? Assists are kind of nice lately. So points and assists at 15.5. And not widely available on 15.5. Pelicans, he had. Yeah, it's tough because like all of these games, like when you just add Lauri Markkanen is in and Colin Sexton is in, you don't get many games. Like 28 plus minutes with Markkanen and Sexton in, he's not covering this that much. So maybe we just bet on that. They shut down at the half of these players, and the second half he gets like 20 minutes as one of the best scoring options out there. Sorry, guys. Thinking
No
of
problem.
this, but yeah. Maybe we just bet because it's okay. They are playing Wizards. He's playing at the 5, and in that case, we need to probably just bet on him.
You thinking points, PRA?
Points mostly because PRA is like he had 13 in that game. points and rebounds, 23.5. He had 36 against them. Let me just see the minutes. Filipowski, 30 minutes probably should be the thing. Points and rebounds, yeah. I think we can. But last game he played 24 minutes against the Bulls and ended up with 13 points and rebounds. And Bulls are almost like the same exact matchup as the Wizards. Like really,
But Kessler played that one.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, like points and rebounds, he's playing at the 5 now. That game he probably played at the 4 and didn't get plenty.
Wizards are horrendous at rebounding.
Yeah. Let me just see when he doesn't get 25%. Yeah, this is matchups against the he covered against the fucking Clippers. Do you think like there is a chance like Markkanen just plays like first half and then gets sit?
Yeah, I think both teams are inclined to do anything in this one because both teams need to lose this.
Is Kyle Filipowski too good to be played? Maybe.
I don't think so because he's so bad on defense.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Let's bet Kyle Filipowski over 23.5 points and rebounds.
All right, we're gonna do points and rebounds at 23.5 minus 120. Available at FanDuel and a lot of other places too. Okay, there's the official play. Took a while, but hey, in the end, we got it. Kyle Filipowski. All right, I will get the graphics sorted, but we can also go to the next game. Sorry if you hear a vacuum in my apartment, by the way. There's people doing work in it right now. Next up, Cavaliers against the Kings. Any comments from you on this one?
Cleveland lost 2 in a row. I don't know if this is actually a first time this season or if it
not often
happened. Yeah, let me just quickly go through it. Yeah, they lost 2 in a row against Hawks earlier this season.
Right, I do remember that. Three
in a row against Houston, and now lost. This is the third time of the season that they lost 2 or more in a row. And they are now on back-to-back, right? They played last night against the Clippers. I think
so. Yes.
Then we must check. No one on the injury report, probably because they lost 2 in a row. The minutes are actually limited for everyone. Like they are playing their best players like 30 minutes a game. Though Kings are horrible.
Yeah, favored by 5 here.
Only by 5. Kings just won against Memphis and then blown out by the Suns, blown out by the Golden State Warriors, blown out by the Knicks. So they're blown out 3 in a row and then won against the Memphis without Ja Morant.
The DeRozan-Levine experience.
Yeah, I actually like DeRozan in this one, but I don't know, man. Like, look, he scored 44% of his points from the mid-range, and they allow 5th most mid-range. He scores a ton of in isolation and post-up. They are kind of letting him, like, isolate. So, I don't know. Like, if this is the Rosen game. I'm off topic. I'm just trying to see, like, Zach LaVine is shooting 44.4% from 3 on insane volume. Like, what's going on here? Like, I just checked the last couple of games and he didn't miss from 3. Zach LaVine post All-Star break shooting 55% from 3. This is
wow.
What the? Yeah, I can see him scoring big time every game, like 23, 21, 30, 36, and he's not shooting much. Like 11 field goal attempts, 13. 6 field goal attempts, 10. Like usage, horrible. Efficiency, out of the world. So nothing on Zach LaVine. But DeMar DeRozan is definitely an interesting one. Trying to look at his scoring when he gets 32 plus minutes without De'Aaron Fox. against teams who allow mid-range. Averaging 28. If someone is scoring for this Kings team, it's DeMar DeRozan, but I don't know if I want to do it. Like they can still get blown out. It's the Cavs. 5.5. I think Cavs are covering this, even though it's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Cavs are one of the best shooting teams that are going off to poor shooting games against the Kings, who allow the most spot up in the entire league. Horrible matchup. Horrible matchup.
I do agree as well. They'll probably have more guys playing because they've lost 2 in a row now.
Yeah. Just thinking. How many free throws they allow? They allow kind of average free throws, which is actually good for DeMar DeRozan. Can we do some? I'm just checking standing, NBA standings, just to see like Kings. What are they even trying to play for? They're playing for playing, like right there, like heavy battling for the 9 seed. Like Suns
Yeah.
are there and Kings are Suns are there.
I guess
And
basically they got to
Mavericks
keep the home seed for the first round of the play-in tournament. Realistically,
against Suns, Mavericks, and Portland. They should be good against. Yeah, I don't know, man. I won't bet this. I'll just keep it. But I do lean on DeMar DeRozan over. I do lean on DeMar DeRozan over 22.5 points. Think we are
okay.
actually doing good with these leans, but yeah.
Okay, just a lean there, but a pretty strong one at that on DeMar DeRozan. 3 more games to go through, then we'll get to your questions and your bets for the day in the chat. We have the Portland Trailblazers plus 4.5 at home to the Grizzlies, navigating some injuries, but still fighting for that 2 seed as well. What do you think for this game?
This is actually an interesting one. Portland obviously been playing way better lately. No Ja Morant for them, so they kind of could be a competitive. I don't have a read on their defense though. I do think Klingon is playing deep drop coverage, so that's the only read I have for this game actually. So let me just check one spot, one quick spot on Ide, Zach Ide rebounds. So this is only on FanDuel, but if you have FanDuel, I think this should be actually a good bet. Over 7.5 rebounds. We can do it for the show. Only playable on FanDuel, but yeah, and he gets some minutes, and he should be out there getting minutes against Klingon. He's killing this line for rebounds. So
It's
yeah,
minus 136 at FanDuel.
okay. Yeah, it moved. I have it at minus 130, but it will adjust in a minute. So yeah, overall, like also another game where I don't have
Oh,
a
sorry,
boost.
you're right because the 8+ is minus 130.
Yeah,
The rebound line is 136.
yeah. So I'm at minus 130. I think this is a good bet. Minus 140 is not something I would look into here.
Okay, so minus one. I mean, not official pick. I kind of agree. This might move a bit too quick to make official, but
Yeah,
hey, if you like
only
it,
there. Yeah,
what's that?
only on FanDuel, so can't
Yeah,
make it official.
yeah, understood. But hey, if you have it, you're not well. If you don't have it, you can sign up with our with FanDuel.com/board. Get yourself your bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet, and you can find plays just like this one here. Okay, we can go to the next games up. Denver hosting the Lakers. Kind of wish we had a healthy matchup here. Unfortunately, we do not. But the Lakers trying to navigate the LeBron James injury and keep themselves in contention for the 2 seed in the Western Conference to really stay out of like the 5, 6, potentially even 7 seed in the West. But yeah, an intriguing matchup always when it's the Lakers Nuggets. Do you have any opinion on it?
I'm looking at Connect. Last game against the Spurs, he kind of played in 20 minutes. I just need to see if this is like some blowout minutes. Lakers last game. Let me just see. Checking the Dalton Connect. He did get additional 3 minutes in a blowout, so he's on 16-minute rotation. In that case, I don't like this one, unfortunately. Minutes for Gabe Vincent. He kind of got minutes. The threes are juiced minus 140. He was getting 25 plus minutes lately. Yeah. So Luka Doncic assist also now juiced minus 140. Rebounds and assist also not there. I don't know. Everything is extremely juiced lines like minus 150s, minus 160s. So I'm not saying that you can play the juice, but yeah, you definitely can. But interesting spot for Aaron Gordon threes. My plus 150 could be a thing. He's letting them fly lately against the Lakers head to head. He had 4 and 2. They just leave him wide open. I think they are going to do it definitely again. So also another lean for maybe trying to ladder Aaron Gordon threes. Uh, Overall, I don't think I have official bet on this game.
Right, no problem. I think we're on the last game now. We have the Bulls, who are away at the Suns, two teams that are right on the edge of their, or either right inside or right on the outside of the respective play-in tournament positions. Bulls in ninth, now ahead of the Heat, actually, which is crazy. The Suns just behind the Mavericks for that final spot in the West. So, decently important game. How do you think it will go?
I think I have no idea, man. These teams suck. Both of these teams are horrible, so don't
Yeah,
have much like of a trying. Let me just check some Tyus Jones line for assist. Not Tyus Jones. Yeah. This is the game with Tyus Jones and Trey Jones playing one against another. Just found out because I misclicked and looked at the wrong one. Uh, Looking at Osho Iguadaro could be the game for him. Let me just check last game. Huge blowout. I'm interested in this to see if he was playing late into the game against the Raptors. He actually didn't. He actually was pulled out and didn't play garbage minutes. He played entire fourth against the Houston, against the Kings, and against the Lakers. Last 3 games. So 28, 32, 23, 28. And this is a spot where they can definitely play smaller. When he gets 20 plus minutes, 22 plus minutes, he's actually killing this line. Rebounding wise, not much. Assist one, not much. Points, rebounds, and assists, 13 and a half. I could definitely see this KD and Booker playing. 6 rebounds probably consistently. I don't know if he played against the Bulls. Probably didn't. Yeah, he was out. So kind of recently they went to the. You can see huge uptick in minutes. Like he covered this against the Raptors by 22. He covered this against the Rockets. He covered this against the Kings with 18. Doesn't know if the play is points or points, rebounds, and assists. Let me just see. When he gets 22 plus minutes, he averaged 7. Bulls allow, yeah, probably the points should be the play. Uh, Points are all over the place. You have 5.5, you have 6.5, you have 7.5, and this is not widely available, so I can't do this bet,
Okay.
unfortunately.
But something to think
Then,
about
yeah.
if you're watching. Something to think about for sure, but not for the show
Let
here
me just
today.
see something else. I do like something, and I don't think people will like that one. Uh, can you guess the player in this game that people won't like?
In this game. Um, is it gonna be Vucevic again?
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Let's
What do you like on Vucevic?
threes actually. It's Vucevic 2+3s. Yeah, you are already loving it. I can see. Uh, 30,
Plus 110.
20.
I see.
Yeah.
God,
So when you look
there's
at this on the season, he is over 60% of the games, and he have plus money. But the thing is, when you exclude, so he scores history is above the break. When we exclude like top 5 above the break defensive teams, he's over in 66% of the games. And when you look at the matchups against teams who follow above average threes, we get that he covered this in the 80, 13 out of 15 games. And Wizards Suns are allowing a ton of above the break threes and a ton of threes overall. So kind of looks like a spot to where the plus money just doesn't make any sense. And they played a month ago and he scored 2 threes that game.
okay. Do you want to play this?
Uh, Tough. uh, I don't know. Let me just see. I'm thinking about. Let's play this actually. Yeah. Plus 110.
All right. Um, some other books have like couple books have way higher than this, like not widely available at all. But if you can like see what's available in your region and play this, you might be able to get better than the plus 110. But plus 110, plus 105 available, tons and tons of spots. We're gonna play Vucevic over 1.5 threes to end off our free picks for the day. That's going to be the third free pick as well. So we'll fire that in chat. We'll get to the questions. A lot of questions from today's show. So
Is it third or fourth? It was
fourth,
Wiggins. It was Wiggins, and then it was
Hawkins,
Hawkins and Kyle
Filipowski.
Filipowski and Vucevic. Yeah,
Yeah.
you said third, so I was confused. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. I said third. Sorry. This is the fourth. Anyways, um, let's get to the chat. Let's get to the questions here. We have to start off. D. Dot asked about Kyle Filipowski, which we played anyways, but also Nick Richards over 17.5. It's moved to 18.5. But what do you think on Nick Richards since we're on the game?
I could see Nick Richards playing very low minutes.
Okay.
Last game he played 12 minutes. Game before that 19, and I think him at most plays 20 minutes. 22 probably. So when you look at this, and he's playing between 12 and 22, terrible. He can't. It's not even close. Like there is a possibility he plays between 12 and 22 minutes, even if you go more like aggressively at 18 plus. Since joining the Suns, you get that he covered this in
This is points though. This is where we need PR.
points and rebounds.
Yeah.
It looks better, but not
Yeah.
not much better. Yeah, like he needs to get 20 plus for this to be like this is with 20 to 28, and still it's a 20.8. The matchup is obviously really good, uh, but he played them. Did he play against them? Yeah, he did play against them. He ended up with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Uh, But at that time, they were not playing Iguodaro, so he closed the game. And the last 4 games, Iguodaro closed the game over Richards. So they probably changed tendencies. So I would stay away, actually.
Okay, well, one's good, one maybe not on this comment here, unfortunately. Next, we'll stay on the same game. You mentioned Tyus Jones over 5.5 assists. You leaning that direction? Or you mentioned over assists. Are you leaning that direction?
Uh, yeah, I actually bet this, and not even at minus 110, minus 120. It's minus 150 all over the place. Even some 6.5s. The value long
Cool,
gone,
cool.
long gone.
BN here is not based in North America, I believe. So if you've got local spots, minus 110, you should bet that. Think.
I will
um,
bet up to minus 125. So if you have anything close to this, sure.
okay. Next, we'll go to the Lakers game. Austin Reeves over 31.5 points plus assists, minus 120. He's been playing very well in LeBron's absence.
Think this is a well adjusted line for Austin Reeves. Like he was like 26.5 points and rebounds earlier. Now it's 31.5. I think that's even in this soft matchup. I think that's like very well set. Like look, let's check with Luka without LeBron. Uh, yeah, points are there, points and rebounds, covered in two, stayed under in two, average 32. So this is right there, I will say. Uh, I do lean over, but I do think the edge is not big in this one. They are very aggressive against pick and roll ball handler. We didn't see that when in the game when they played. He scored 37 points and had 13 assists. So the matchup is extremely soft. I lean over. That's it.
Okay. We'll go next up to Jelko. Ask about Dylan Brooks over 13.5 points, minus 110, minus 111.
I am not betting anything overs against the Orlando. Sorry, like makes no sense.
Okay. Okay. May not be able to go through all. We have a lot of questions. Appreciate it, everybody. Steelers Nation asked about Chet over 8.5 rebounds at minus 130, given that Hardenstein's likely out but currently listed questionable.
Yeah, that could be a good bet. Yeah, especially against the 76ers. I just realized I have like 2% battery on my laptop and I can do the streaming and the a charger at the same time. So when I'm done, I'm done.
Okay. Okay. When we'll choose a couple more here then. Okay, we'll choose two more. I'll be
Sorry, guys.
selective.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Air Wiggins? Air Wiggins has done well with guys out. Air Wiggins over 19.5. I think this is points at plus 100.
Yeah, I do think there is minus that there is 18.5.
Yeah,
There
that's what I
should
thought.
be widely available. Widely available. So the non-bent over 19.5. There are a ton of 18.5 out there. So try to get 18.5, then I have a lean over 19.5. I'm like still okay, but not loving it with chat out there.
Okay. Quentin Grimes under 24.5 points, minus 115.
Yeah, he's on such a hitter that I can't touch this, honestly. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, last one. Malik Beasley over 14.5 points at minus 110.
Matchup is decent, so he could. I will lean over definitely.
All right. Apologies, everyone. Can't get to all the questions today, but hopefully you did get some value out of the show. Hopefully you did enjoy the show. If you did enjoy the show, please make sure you do hit the like button. Make sure as well you're subscribed to the channel for shows like this every weekday morning here on the Board YouTube channel, presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. And here are the 4 official plays of the day. Just to recap, we have Andrew Wiggins over 17.5 points at minus 125. Jordan Hawkins over 10.5 points. I didn't put the over there, but over 10.5 points at minus 120. Kyle Filipowski over 23.5 points, points plus rebound, minus 120. We played that at FanDuel. And the final one, Nikola Vucevic over 1.5 threes, 2 plus threes at plus 110. Thank you again, everybody. 4 plays today, big slate. Let's have a good day here today. We'll be back tomorrow for the next one here on the Board YouTube channel.